How's it going, everyone? I honestly was not expecting a new PSN sale this week just because we're coming up on Black Friday and whatnot, and I figured Sony was going to hold off until that rolls around. However, boy was I wrong. We got a new PSN sale, and it is a colossal one with over 1,100 deals. We'll get to that, and best of all, it's a Games Under $20 sale, so a lot of stuff super cheap. On top of that, deal of the week is Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, and other Crash titles, I should say, because Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy is $19.99, Crash 4 is $26.99, Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled is $13.99. If you want to check those out, all of those are really solid platformers, so have a gander at all of those. Alright, moving on from that, the heavy hitter, the deals under $20. This is a gigantic sale, as I mentioned, and a ton of great deals. So let's get right into it. Gang Beasts, 55% off for $9. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, 75% off for $14.99. If you're picking up DBZ Kakarot, you've already waited a while. I would recommend you to wait for the PlayStation 5 upgrade. I think that upgrade's going to be quite nice. I believe it's 60 frames per second, and I saw the comparison pictures, and it looks quite a bit better on PS5 than it does on PS4. There is quite a bit of DLC, and there's another wave of DLC coming out to the game, so that is a thing. As far as DBZ Kakarot itself goes, I thought it was a really solid action RPG. It doesn't do a perfect job recreating the main DBZ story, but it does a pretty damn good job, so $15 for that I think is quite good. DB Fighters Ultimate Edition, $16.49, that's also getting a PS5 upgrade, but you know, you can buy that and play it now. That's no problem, considering it's more of a fighting game. But nonetheless, a decent pickup as well. Just has a lot of DLC content. Ace Combat 7 Skies Unknown, 85% off for $9. We've been seeing this deal pretty regularly. It's still a disgustingly good deal. It's an awesome game that doesn't get the love I feel like it deserves. But at the end of the day, Ace Combat's up to game number 7. It just got that Top Gun expansion as well. So, you know, there's definitely people that enjoy themselves some Ace Combat. Just not enough people, in my opinion. Excellent soundtrack. Solid pickup at $9. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 1 and 2 bundle for $12.74. LA Noire at $19.99. Man, I liked LA Noire. I played it all the way back when it came out in 2010, and it had a lot of things that were really ahead of its time, but 12 years later, it's still being $20 doesn't really seem worth it to me, but like, it's not like you're getting the game cheaper, so if you've been eyeing LA Noire for a while, maybe just check it out. Like, again, I enjoyed the game, but yeah, $20 is a little pricey to me. Disco Elysium, the final cut, 50% off for $19.99. I'll talk about this game quite frequently. I wish it was a little bit cheaper just because PC players just had it available for $9.99, so if it was available for $9.99, I would just say, yo, go buy this right now, but since it was $9.99 on PC recently, maybe it'll hit $9.99 here on PSN shortly, but Disco Elysium is an awesome narrative and choice-driven game. It's a slower pace, atmospheric, methodical title, so it's not going to be super fast-paced. It has a very, very slow portion to the game, but slow in the sense that I was getting pretty engrossed into the world of the game. It's just if you're looking for over-the-top moments and action, that's not going to come right away, so you got to be mindful of that. But if you're a fan of story-based games, Disco Elysium is tremendous, tremendous, tremendous. $20, I think, is a pretty good buy, but again, if you want to wait for it to get a little bit cheaper, be my guest. Naruto Storm Trilogy, Storm 1, 2, and 3 for $9.99. I think this is a really good buy. I would recommend you to just get the Storm Legacy if you don't own Storm 4, but if you do own Storm 4 and you want to play through the single-player components of these 3 games, not a bad pickup at all. Storm 2, I've said before, I think is the strongest, but that's mostly because it covers the best portion of Naruto, in my opinion, from the beginning of the Shippuden series until the end of the fight with Pain. So that's my 2 cents on that. $9.99, still a great price for that. Storm 4 is on sale standalone for $12. That's way too pricey. Little Nightmares 2. Oh, man, this is a really nice discount on that. 67% off for $9.89. Little Nightmares 2 is an awesome, awesome atmospheric horror title. For sub $10, that's a great pickup. It is more of a recent release. Like, I want to say it's not even a year old at this point. Okay, so yeah, it's a little over a year old. It came out August of last year. Still seems kind of recent to me. Maybe it's just because the years are blending at this point. But yeah, $9.89 for that is tremendous. Division 2, $9 for that. BioShock The Collection, $9.99. Tremendous deal. All 3 BioShock games are really good. Infinite is my favorite. I know a lot of people find that to be blasphemy, and they loved BioShock 1 the most, but hey, whatever. Bioshock 1 was excellent as well, but I liked Infinite. $9.99 for all three is great, though. Assassin's Creed Syndicate, $9, available on Plus Extra. It's absolutely botched on PS5, though. I didn't really understand the gravitas of how badly Syndicate was botched on the PS5 until I finally played it myself, because I read a lot of comments on my videos of people saying, yo, Syndicate's like absolutely ruined, a train wreck on the PS5, and I'm like, yo, can it really be that bad? Then I played it. It is that bad. Saying it's that bad is probably an understatement. The visual bugs on the PS5 version of this game, or not even the PS5 version, you're just playing the PS4 version on PS5. It's 30 frames per second. But yeah, absolute train wreck. It's unplayable. It's unplayable, which is really a bummer because I love Syndicate, but nonetheless, there you go with that. Hopefully the fix is coming soon. They said they were going to fix it, but it's been like a couple months since this game was added to Extra, so I don't know what nonsense is going on there, but yeah, again, hopefully it's fixed soon. Judgment on PS5, new low on this, $16, really good price. Judgment's awesome. You don't have to play the Yakuza games, of course, to play Judgment. You can just jump right into this, and it's done by RGG, so if you're familiar with the Yakuza titles, you'll feel right at home with some of the style of the game, but it has so much content, variety in content, and a really engrossing story as well. Visually, it looks great, and English voice acting is pretty solid as well, so $16, definitely a good buy. Risk of Rain 2, 75% off for $6.24. Great buy there, especially if you can get a couple friends to pick it up as well. Great co-op title. Monster Hunter World, $15. You can spend an obscene amount of time with that, but you should probably get the Iceborne Master Edition if, you know, you can afford it. Titanfall 2 Ultimate Edition, $6 on that. Yeah, that's pretty good, honestly. Bayonetta, $9.99, that's okay. DMC Devil May Cry Definitive Edition, $9.99. Often talk about that game. Think that game got a bad rap. Even back when it initially came out, I thought Ninja Theory did a really good job with it, and Ninja Theory, one of the best action game studios, honestly, on the planet. I love their work on, you know, Enslaved, Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, but DMC Devil May Cry, I think, got a bad rap because it was a little bit of an offshoot from your mainline Devil May Cry titles, but it was still a solid action title. I think for $9.99, it's a really good pickup, so check it out if you're interested. Ni no Kuni: Wrath of the White Witch, $9.99 for that. Great JRPG, easy recommendation. And it's a really good JRPG, even if you're not a big fan of the genre. Borderlands Game of the Year Edition, $9.89. Good pickup there if you are looking to play Borderlands 1. And Borderlands 1, I completed solo several times as well. So yeah, really enjoyed my time with that. My Hero 1's Justice 2 Deluxe Edition, 75% off for $19.99. If you're a fan of My Hero Academia, you know, it's a fun arena fighter. Like, you'll enjoy it. If you have friends that are into it and you invite them over and you want to play together, you know, it's a good time. Obviously, the gameplay's a little bit simplistic, but, you know, much like the Naruto Storm titles, if you're a fan, you're gonna really enjoy it. And My Hero was like the last... one of the last animes I was like super into, and I finished season 3 and then kind of fell off. Super into Bleach right now though, so there you go with that. $19.99, not a bad price. There. The House of the Dead remake, $19.99. That's only a 20% discount. Battlefield 4 is $8. What else we got? DMC 4 Special Edition, $7.49. The Ace Combat 7 Skies Unknown. The Top Gun expansion is 25% off for $15. Burnout Paradise Remastered, $6 on that. Great game. Awesome open world arcade racer. Has some dated elements. Don't get it twisted. It came out back in January of 2008. So we're talking, it's almost 15 years since Burnout Paradise initially came out, which is kind of wild to think about, but great soundtrack as well. Like licensed music, your mileage is always going to vary, and it's a very subjective thing, but it has a deep library of music as well, so I'm sure you'll find a couple tracks that you do enjoy. $6, I think, is a great pickup on that. Catherine Full Body, $9.99. Awesome deal there. Strong recommendation. I really dug Catherine. It's a game that probably isn't worth $60, and I thought the full body price tag initially, even with the additional content, at $50 it was a little bit pricey. At $9.99, no-brainer. If you're into quirky Japanese titles with kind of wild, zany stories, yeah, Catherine's gonna fit the bill as far as that's concerned. Odin Sphere Left Tracer, 75% off for $14.99. Really curious to know what Vanillaware is working on next, because 13 Sentinels I just thought was absolutely tremendous. Odin Sphere was fantastic. Muramasa, can we get a remaster on that? But $15 for Odin Sphere I think is pretty good, so I would definitely recommend that. Assassin's Creed, the Ezio Collection, 70% off for $11.99. obviously a great deal. The AC2 trilogy is fantastic. I actually got into a conversation with a dude that goes to the same gym as me, and we were debating on which Assassin's Creed game was better, and this man lives and dies by Assassin's Creed 2. He thought it was blasphemy that I thought Assassin's Creed 4 was a better game, but nonetheless, I know a lot of people love AC2, but yeah, Brotherhood and Revelations are also pretty good. Revelations I wasn't as hot on as I was with 2 and Brotherhood, but it's still a fairly good game, so $12 for that, pretty solid pickup. Mafia 2 Definitive Edition, $9.89, and remember that is going to get pulled from PlayStation Plus here in just under a week. Yeah, just under a week, so you know, play it as soon as possible if you do have Plus Premium. Otherwise, Mafia 2 for $9.89, really good pickup there. Rayman Legends for $5, tremendous platformer. Available on Plus Extra, but if you're not a subscription service kind of guy, $5 for that is nuts. Little Nightmares, $5, great deal for that as well. It was a Plus game pretty recently, so bear that in mind. Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition, 84% off for $7.99. That's an awesome deal. I love Tales of Vesperia. Now, gameplay-wise, Tales of Vesperia definitely shows its age. However, I think from a story standpoint, it's a good story, not a blow-away JRPG story, but the cast of characters, their interactions, I think is top-notch. I think Yuri and Estelle especially, being like the 2 main characters that you're introduced to pretty early on, their contrasting and how they interact with each other, I think is just hilarious. And Yuri in general is just a fantastic JRPG main character, given that, you know, a lot of JRPG main characters kind of follow a similar formula. I think Yuri was a nice change of pace of that, and just made the overall game so much more engaging. But $8, I think, for that is just a fantastic deal that I would recommend. Speaking of JRPGs, Dot Hack GU Last Recode, $5 for that is nuts. And thinking about, you know, me spending $40 a pop on the Dot Hack GU games back in 2006, I think it was. It's kind of disgusting to think about. But yeah, this is a good collection of games. The games show their age for sure. They're PS2 era JRPGs, but they're still fairly good and narratively quite strong. I feel like this game does fall victim of having too many characters. Like, obviously, you'll have your standout characters. Haseo's a great main character, but a little bit too much, too bloated of a roster of characters here where not everybody gets a good shine. So, you know, that was a little bit of a bummer, but overall gameplay was good, albeit a bit repetitive at times, but overall $5 for that. I mean, the content you're getting for your dollar is just nuts. XCOM 2, the collection, 90% off for $9.99. That's a great pickup because that gets you the War of the Chosen expansion. Performance issues abundant on PlayStation 4, but, you know, them's the breaks. Obviously, the ideal experience with a game like XCOM 2 is on PC, but works well enough that I would say for $9.99, it's a good pickup. Mirror's Edge Catalyst for $5, man, that's a pretty good deal. You know, Mirror's Edge Catalyst is one of those games that I probably defend more than most people, and yes, was it a disappointment? Absolutely. It's not Mirror's Edge from 2008, but Catalyst has some things that I liked about the game. I think visually it looks really good, and some of the gameplay elements are still solid. $5, I think, is the perfect price for that. Let's go over a couple more deals. What else we got? We got some Black Clover game. Wasteland 3, $9.99. That's not bad. Okami HD, $9.99. Just go buy that so you can, like, fuel my desire for a sequel someday. You know, maybe we can show it to Capcom. Maybe we can get them to do an Okami 2. Metro Exodus at $7.49 is quite good. Hitman HD Enhanced Collection, 85% off for $9. That's actually not that bad. I liked Hitman Absolution more than most people, so, yeah, and obviously everybody loves Blood Money, so, $9 I think is a great price. Remember when that came out at $60 and everybody was just like, what is wrong with these MFers for pricing this as $60? But at $9, far more palatable. Bright Memory Infinite is at $16. That's not a bad price. Super Hot at $9.99. I'll probably end the video here. We're already running kind of long, but that's only page 7 of a 47-page sale. So yeah, a lot of great stuff. Just saw Gravity Rush and Gravity Rush 2. Yeah, like, go buy those games. Even though they're available on Plus, even if you have them, yo, just support Gravity Rush. It's fantastic, and maybe we'll get a Gravity Rush 3 one day. Very, very unlikely that'll ever happen. But that's going to do it for me. Again, a lot of great deals from what I'm seeing out of this sale, so definitely going to be some quality stuff to pick up. But that's going to do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.